Thank you very much, Buckshot. That's how those two names go together. It's actually pretty good. Really cool to hear from Young Buck and how he's stepping up. And also mentioning that sports psychologist, I think they're only the second team in EU after SK to work with that, and it really shows.
Yeah, sports psychologist really helps you keep up the mental aspect of the game, even if things are not going that well. Players maybe having a bit of individual confidence problems or feel like they need to prove something, like Young Buck said. Like a sports psychologist can really help with that, just keep you on the right track.
Yeah, a couple of things that were going really well for the Copenhagen Wolves coming into this week was that they discovered that when they're aggressive early, it works. In this one, they took the slow route, or were they just a victim of their composition?
I did like their composition. It's very strong for team fighting. There's a lot of chasing power. You see the Morgana-Jarvan combo working out really well, getting those ults in. I was, a bit afraid for the early game. Cassidy and Morgana both very passive picks in the early game. They can't really make that many plays until they get to those levels that they need. And I was a bit scared that they would get overrun.
Yeah, on the other side, of course, we had some picks that could make plays, and Corey on that Jace is something we like to see him on. We know he's mechanically adept.
Yeah, I know Corey is a very strong mechanical player. You could see last season he was really, really known for his Yasuo plays, just being able to carry those team fights, and I have very high regard for him mechanically. We even have a replay right here showing where he just really outplays in the bot lane. So right here, like Soren jumps on Corey, just almost bursts him down, but he's not scared. He just switches to his other form, activates the hypercharge here, knocks him back after the ulti so he can't get W'd, and then just kills him straight up. Really confident, even though he has very low health. He knows exactly how much damage he can take and deal, and that Kassadin still had his abilities on cooldown.
Yeah, as a, former mid laner, I guess you still play mid often. A lot of times when there's an outplay like that, do you know 100%, okay, I'm going to press Q, and now W, and now R, or is it sometimes like, I don't know what I'm doing?
No, but you really kind of know the amount of damage you deal. So in this situation, like, I can really burst down this Kassadin very fast, and he knows that the cooldowns are just not up yet. So as long as Kassadin can't get to him, it's really easy for him to just grab that kill.
Talking about the rest of the game a little bit, the Copenhagen Wolves then did find their lead also in the team fights. Let's actually get one of those replays up on the screen where the Copenhagen Wolves outlast MYM. Tabzz, take us through this one.
Yeah, so Wolves really going to punish this. Soren pokes Corey down to half before the fight even starts. Erax finds the engage here, but gets poked down, but it doesn't really matter. He dies, but it doesn't matter. Soren's in such a good position here to just chase. MeetYourMakers really wanted to have a poke here before they fight. They commit to this, but they know they're gonna lose because Wolves has just got such a stronger team fight here, just cleaning up with Soren because he has so much mobility.
Yeah, actually, MYM not doing what they want to do with their comp, with that Corki and that Jace, just poke it out, but they just seem to commit too early.
Yeah, I do think they didn't really play to their winning conditions here. If you pick that Jace, pick that Corki, what you want to do is group up and get those pokes down before you initiate those fights. But here they tend to do a lot of just 5v5 fighting, committing to those fights, even though they're just going to lose them.
Another thing coming in for MYM was JWoww, the top laner here on Maokai, not really a playmaking champion. Earlier in the day, we also saw Huni going for that Maokai. When champions like Rumble and Aurelia are banned out of pick, it seems like playmaking top laners don't really have a fallback yet.
Yeah, Maokai seems to be kind of a fallback team play kind of champion. JWoww, I'm really used to seeing him on these outplay champions. I can remember his Riven, his J-stop, where he was just constantly making these plays, playing very aggressive. Maokai doesn't really fit in there. It's more of a passive champion that supports his team.
Yeah. Finally, the rise of the Copenhagen Wolves has been very impressive. What do you make of Freeze's re-entry into the LCS and absolutely doing work for the Wolves?
Definitely. Freeze is one of the best things about Wolves currently. He's such a strong AD carry. I would place him top 3 easily in Europe. And yeah, the way he's been performing really been very positive for Wolves, and he's finally being able to be in this LCS again. He's waited for so long to be able to prove himself. He's kept playing, kept grinding, like waiting for this day to be able to come back, and now he's showing it.
Yep, absolutely is. Fantastic performance again by the Copenhagen Wolves. It's time for us to step away for a minute, but when we return, Giants Gaming will face off against last week's MVP, Power of Evil, and his Unicorns of Love. Stay tuned.
You have a fan star, Joey.
I have 3 fans.
Yeah,
Those are the
God.
Dutch guys. I actually signed the banner. Yeah.
Oh my God, you're so cool.
I'm famous.
You're so cool. Are you real LCS?
Mom, I'm on TV. Mom.
but they're going in.
Yep, they are now unlimited. Getting
wow.
popped. JWoww coming up big, and Youngbuck forced to pop his Zanya's hourglass.
I got yours.
Okay,
Nice.
Gorky.
We got him.
Nice.
She's dead.
Okay, good job.
About 5,000 health, as you said. The Maelstrom is on. Here comes JWoww. Gonna turn attention onto Freeze, and they shut him down. Nisbeth with the pick. Copenhagen Wolves, they might have still find the out fight here. Soren in the middle. They're gonna take down Corey. They're gonna look for more Freeze. A quadra kill. I don't believe it. And the Copenhagen Wolves are victorious over MeetYourMakers.